I'm curious if there are any cheap deodorants that smell like cool water. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, if you have been around long enough, you are probably familiar with this name, Davidoff Cool Water, and this was a cologne that was popular about 30 years ago for very young men, and the reason I picked up that cologne is because girls said they liked it. And then I met a lot of other dudes that were wearing the same thing. Now, I am kind of nostalgic for that smell, and so when I saw that there was a cool water deodorant stick like this, I picked it up because I was kind of curious if it would take me back to that childhood. And I can tell you what, oh, it's got that clean, ocean-like smell. Kind of reminds me of like Irish spring soap. It's got a really distinctive smell. It's kind of like menthol and eucalyptus and maybe a little jasmine. It just has a really interesting smell, and it's strong, but it's pretty pleasant. And it was like the first mature fragrance that I had. Now, this Davidoff Cool Water deodorant stick is nice because you get a little bit of that smell, and it does take me back to my childhood. However, I would say that I can't believe that the Cool Water brand commands as much of a premium as it does. Now, this 2.4 ounce deodorant stick is about the same size you would get in any other deodorant stick, and I don't know what the patent is like on aromas, but I thought, well, maybe there might be a cheaper option out there. So I picked up these two because I thought they might be contenders, and I thought you might want to see if I think that they smell like or better than cool water. This one is by Old Spice. It's called Aqua Reef. What I really like about this Old Spice stuff is that, as far as I can tell, Old Spice is really going to a no aluminum formula, and that's actually pretty good. I don't know that the science is super strong behind it, but antiperspirants use aluminum to soak up the moisture. Now, there has been some speculation that having aluminum in the antiperspirants contributes to dementia and Alzheimer's and memory loss and things like that over time. So I certainly wouldn't be opposed to using deodorants now that don't have aluminum. So I think the Old Spice stuff does that. So I'm kind of curious about checking out this fragrance. Now, this one also looked like it might be similar. This is by Degree, and it's Cool Rush. And I thought, oh, cool water, cool rush, both in this like aquamarine type of look. Now, like I said, this is a really nice smell. Smells good to me. I thought we would try this Aqua Reef first and see what this smells like. It's blue. It's kind of that same blue. This smells pretty good, but it has a more soapy smell to it. You know, it's got a little bit of that menthol type of smell, but then it is kind of punctuated with a soap smell. So just kind of any generic soap, kind of like a soapy candle. There's a lot of that, which I guess might be a fragrance that you discover at the Reef. But if I were to smell this and then smell this, this is a little bit more musky, and this is a little bit more soapy. So while they're both pleasant, I would say that the Cool Water beats the Aqua Reef, but I certainly wouldn't mind wearing that. That certainly smells pretty good. Now, on to the Cool Rush here. What's different about the Cool Rush is that it is a white bar in there, and this smell is much more muted. It doesn't have the soapy smell. It has much more of a linen smell, like clothes that have just been dried on a clothesline outside. This is a much sharper, more punctuated smell, and this is much more subtle. So I would say if you want a deodorant that smells good and smells maybe like fresh air laundry, this is the one for you. But I will say that whether it's this or this or this, I would wear any of them. I think the odor is pretty nice for all of them. But do either of these mimic the Cool Water? No. That distinctive Cool Water, refreshing, aromatic smell is hard to duplicate, I guess. So, if anyone knows of a cheaper alternative to Cool Water, give me a shout. Put it in the comments below. But these two deodorants here certainly are winners, but they're not substitutes for Cool Water. Hey, if you want to pick up any of these, I'll put links to all three of these in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.